Today I would like to speak about how to manage the classroom effectively. Firstly, I would like to give an introduction for our topic. If the teacher wants to manage the classroom effectively, he or she have to able to handle a range of variables. This includes how the environment space is organized or how the time is managed, as well as the teacher should know how to manage the classroom effectively for appearing the students and how use their most valuable asset, voice. The way we talk to students and who talks most in the lesson is another key factor in the managing of the classroom. For the initial topic, I would like to give explanation for the who is the teacher in the classroom. The teacher's physical presence can play important role in the managing of the classroom. So the way we move, the teacher moves and stands, and the degrees to which we are physically demonstrative can have a clear effect on the management of the classroom. As all people, teachers has its own physical characteristics and habits. So depending on the level of students, the teacher's roles can be changed. If we speak about the teacher's roles in the classroom, firstly we can say that depending on the teaching methods and teaching activities that are used in the classroom, the roles of teachers can be changed. Firstly, we can say the role of teachers in grammar translation method, which is applied by teachers in the lesson process. By using grammar translation method, in the classroom, the teacher's roles can be authoritative and controller. So the teacher only control and explain materials for students by giving explanation or instructions for them. Students only do what the teacher says. In this method, the teacher, although the teacher role is active, students are more passive in this case, and so in the development of technology and innovative methods, it is said that in the teaching process, the teacher's time should be reduced in comparison with the student's time. For another example, we can say the audiolingual methods in the role of teachers. In audiolingual method, the teacher is like orchestra leader. It means that students only repeat what the teacher says blindly, and teacher try to read in a piece of a dialogue and ask students to repeat for several times. As a role of teacher, we can also add the use of mother and target language in the teaching process. In audiolingual method, the target language is more widely used from mother tongue. So explanation and given instructions are conducted by teachers in target language. But in grammar translation method, the teacher uses foreign language only in the translation of the topic or text, and the main parts of the lesson is conducted in the native language rather than target language. And according to the types of lesson process, the teacher's roles can be different. So in communicative language teaching, the teacher must be a facilitator or advisor who are helping students in the organization of the process. And if students need any help, the teacher can facilitate to students. In different types of activities, the teacher's roles can also alter. For example, in speaking activities such as discussions, we can say the teacher should be a participant instead of control or authority. Speak when they need, and if they in the role plays or the simulations, teacher should be a prompter, which means that a teacher give any help for students to find the appropriate word or phrases. Next criteria for managing the classroom effective is about rapport. What is rapport? Rapport is the good relationship between teacher and students in teaching process, and to make a good rapport in the classroom, the teacher should follow some rules, such as firstly, and the important key factor for the managing, the teacher should recognize students and know their names. It is clear that for the first time it is difficult for teachers to remember all students' names. It takes a lot of time. For doing it fastly, a teacher needs to apply some techniques, such as the teacher can ask students to write their names on their in the paper and put their in front of them, or by writing their names, stick on their jacket, and also the teacher can ask them to sit down for the same place for a while. It helps teacher to remember a student's name easily. And another criteria for rapport, to good relationship between teacher and students, is to listen to the students. So students respond very well to teachers who listen to them, and the teacher needs to convince the students that they listen to their problems or own issues. And it is important that for teachers to discuss students' problems and try to solve their problems by speaking them. And also the teacher needs to listen properly to students in lessons, and it is important for teachers to show that they are interested in what the students are they say. Of course, professional personalities that they should be able to convince students that we are listening what they with their every sign of attention. As far as possible, they also need to listen to students' comments on how they are getting on, or which activities and techniques they respond well or badly. Creating a good rapport in the classroom is to respecting students. We know that all students' characteristics are different, and they can react in different forms teachers' actions. So while correcting students, the teacher should take into consider students' personality and their psychological matters. So if students don't like to correct their mistakes immediately, the teacher can take notes and then try to give explanation for their mistakes. Or if students are relaxed when they are make mistakes, the teacher immediately correct their mistakes and and try to find a solution of making mistakes. So sometimes correcting mistakes make students demotivate, and they are afraid of making mistakes, so they don't want to communicate in a teaching process. The last one for being a good relationship in the classroom is to being even-handed. It means that teachers need to behave students equally, and they need to show them all students are equal for the teachers, not considering their performance or their being active in the process or not. As well as the report, I would like to give an explanation for the other factors that influence teachers managing the classroom is awareness. In order to manage a class successfully, the teacher has to be aware of what students are doing and how they are feeling. This means watching and listening just as carefully as teaching. It will be difficult if the teacher keeps too much distance or they are perceived by students to be cold, and also it is said that to stand away from the students is the means of the signs of coldness. The movement is also a crucial factor for in the managing the classroom. Some teachers tend to spend most of their time standing in one place, or others prefer to straying up and down aisles between chairs. But teachers' action can change depending on the activities that are doing in the process. Also, I would like to give information about the different student groups and types of student groups and their advantage and disadvantage. In teaching process, related to the types of activities, the teacher can organize students in different groups. For example, firstly we can speak about the whole class. Whole class teaching can be dynamic and motivating, and by treating everyone as part of the same group, the teacher can build a great sense of belonging, of being part of the team. However, when a class is working as a whole group, it is necessarily the case that individual students get fewer individual opportunities either to speak or to reflect. Whole class teaching is less effective if we want to encourage individuals' contributions and discussion, since speaking out in front of whole class is often more demanding and therefore more inhibiting than speaking in smaller groups. Another types of grouping work, such as group work and pair work. Group work, there are many pros and cons of this type of groupings. So in group work and peer work, students firstly learn how to communicate each other in groups. In group works, students give chance to share their ideas each other and to share their exchange their thoughts and opinions about the topic or issue. And if one of the students is shy or afraid of communicating with other students, such kind of grouping helps them to improve its social activity. In peer work, both of them foster a cooperative activity that students involved work together to complete a task. They might be discussing a topic, doing a role play, or working at a computer in order to find any information from websites. The main example for pair work, we can say the dialogues, to make up dialogues, and it is a crucial way to communicate in the real situations, not only in the classroom. It helps students to communicate out of the classroom in authentic way, and by doing such kind of activities, students give chance to share their thoughts and feelings. And in this moment, students get into pairs and groups and start working on a problem or talking about something. Many more of them will be doing the activity than if the teacher was working the whole class. Both pair work and group work give students chance for greater independence, and because the students are working together without teacher controlling, and they take some of their own learning decision. They decide what language used to complete a certain task, and they work without the pressure of the whole class listening to what they are doing. In modern methods also demands for teachers to reduce their time in the lesson and to increase the students' talking time in the teaching process by applying this type of activities and making students into different groups. In general, we can say that if the teacher wants to manage the classroom, they should take into consideration not only students' level, but also students' interest, and pay attention to the methods which are used in teaching process. I would like to summarize my thoughts related to this topic, and after it we'll speak about other topics for the next time. Thank you.